Alright everybody, welcome to Moto Mitch TV. It's Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Get your snacks, get your drinks, sit back because we got a great episode tonight. Folks, as you can see, I'm sitting in my lawn chair drinking a tea. It's Sunday night and I'm at Valley. You guys all know that Moto Mike got hurt at Big Air, so he's not racing, but I said in my last video, Moto Mitch was going to try to get the guys rounded up and we're going to get some motos going. Well, it turns out it was just me and Pete racing. Blake Viper never showed and Jim Jules chickened out. Just throwing that out. He texted me early this morning and says, I can't make it. I'm not going to make it today. It was that voice in the text, I heard it. So it was just me and Pete. So we decided, you know what? We don't care about those other two, Blake Viper and Jim Jules. We're going up and we're going to ride Vet Novice Beginner again and we're going to give it heck. So we did. We signed up. Thank goodness Moto was number 3 of the day. So it was sweet. We got it in and out of the way. We got in before the rain. So me and Pete, we go out for our practice. The track was in good shape if you're a great rider. But it was sandy. They made a little loop around a wet spot and it was some beach sand down there. But all in all, it was a pretty dang good track today. There wasn't a ton of people here for 4th of July weekend, and I think that saved the track a little bit. But Valley always does a good job on their track. So long story short, me and Pete line up. First moto, I think there was 18 guys. I ended up 16 and Pete was 17, which was good. And then there was a guy next to me. Can't remember what number his bike was, but he was a nice guy. I'll have to look it up and I'll highlight it in there. He ended up beating me, and he was a new guy too. So he ended up beating me on that moto. And I'm like, God dang it! And on the end of my moto, the last lap, I got lapped by the first guy, so I only got to do 3 laps, and Pete got lapped. So we only got 3 laps on that moto, which wasn't great. So the next moto, I was just juiced up with. I was drinking tea all day. I was caffeinated. I was energized. So we went out on Moto 2, and man alive, you'll see in this video, I let it rip. This whole shot was outrageous. And while you're watching this video, you guys, take a look to 2 bikes down. Sitting next to Pete, there's a guy on 100, the number 100. Man, check him out. He came out of that gate like no other. He was amped up. But we got ripping, ended up going, and I felt good. I was hitting the 110, not nowhere near clearing it, but it was the farthest that I've ever landed. And the guy that was on the side of me, what was his name? Anybody remember? I'll look it up, and I'll highlight it again. Early stages of dementia. So we get going, and this kid, he's passing me again. I think he's 38. He passes me again. I'm like, God dang it. And I had a pretty good hole shot. So a lot of these guys ripped by me, but Pete was still back there. So Pete was coming on strong. This kid passes me, and so we're going, and I never got lapped. The white flag, and like 1 lap to go. I'm like, oh, all right, man. So I come around, we go down, I'm getting ready to go up around hit the 110, and I come around the corner, and this kid's down. Thank goodness he was okay, just washed out in the sand. But he was down. I'm like, yes, yes. So I pinned that 250 SX like no other. Up the 110 I go. I'm like, oh God, I can't mess this up now because I'm on the verge of getting 15th place, which was nice out of 18 guys. So I come around, I made it through, and this guy didn't pass me again. So I ended up, I was in 16th place. So my motos, I went 16-16 for an overall of 15. Pete ended up going down. He stalled his bike or something. He went down in the sand, stalled his bike. He lost some positions, or he was way back there, and there was no reeling Moto Mitch in after that. No reeling me in. So take a look at the video of the start. Some highlight actions of Moto Mitch and Pete catching air around this track. And I'll look up this kid's name. really nice guy. He's going to be one of our new Moto friends. So I get back, we do the interview. Check out, make sure you guys watch the whole video because I got the rider spotlight of the week. We did something different this week. We did Colt Dinsner, a young 9-year-old on an 85, and I interviewed KTM Kenny, also a 55 plus rider. So I went from both spectrums, young and old. Colt gave Kenny some advice, Kenny gave Colt some advice. So it was a good show, good weekend of racing. Moto Mike is going to be back next week. He's going to roll out the 250 at Big Air on Saturday, and then he's going state race at the Polka Dots on Sunday. 250C was a lot of carnage today, so I'm kind of glad Mike wasn't racing. It was all over the place, but he's running Schoolboy 2 and 250C. We're done with the 125, so pretty excited to see what he's going to do on the 250s for the rest of the season. Go ahead, folks, take a look at the rest of these videos. Make sure that you watch till the end. You're going to see highlights of Colt, KTM Kenny, Mitch and Pete. It's a great episode. Stay tuned. Two boys out. Hey everybody, welcome to Moto Mitch TV. We're at Valley and we are highlighting the rider of the week. We got somebody special here. This is Colt Dinsner. Colt, tell us a little bit about you. How old are you, Colt?
I'm 9.
What size bike are you riding?
I ride an 85 and a 65.
So Colt's on an 85 and a 65. We've known Colt and his family for about 3 years now, probably. He trains with Lucas Lowe. We've been to Florida together. We do a lot of training together. So Colt was on the 65. This is your first year on the 85, right, Colt?
Yeah.
So how you liking it compared to the 65?
I like it way more. It has more power. I can lean it over more in the corners.
This kid's been it's pretty amazing watching him from the first 3 years to now, because he rips her pretty good. He's going to come into it one of these times and he's going to get a podium. I think he's getting a podium this season. That's my bet. What do you think, Moto Mike?
Yeah.
Podium for Colt Dinsner. Colt, you want to say anything else? What grade you in, Colt?
I'm going into 3rd grade.
Going into 3rd grade. This kid's on an 85. So if he's not on the podium now, wait for the future because he's going for it, man. You get good grades in school?
Yeah.
All right. Looks before bikes, right? Right, Moto Mike? All right, well, I tell you what. We got another special guest coming up for a Rider of the Week here in a second. It's KTM Kenny. We're doing young versus old. KTM Kenny is one of our old buddies, but this is Colt. Two boys racing. Colt, let's give them the two boys sign and get this thing out. Moto Mitch TV, two boys out.
All right, Colt, what is one thing you could teach an older rider?
To hit a jump.
To hit a jump.
Not be scared.
Don't be scared. How can you hit a jump?
Lift your pin.
All right. Thank you for your input.
everybody. We just interviewed Colt, 9-year-old Disner riding the 85, and we said before we're gonna interview a young rider, and now we've got, I'm not gonna say an older, I'll say a little older than Colt rider. This is KTM Kenny. Kenny, tell us about you. What class you ride? What kind of bike do you ride? Give us a little bit of background on you.
Well, I have a 22 KTM 250 SX. I've been riding motocross for probably 40 years now, I guess. I love it.
Nice.
Good time.
So what advice would you give to a Colt, a younger kid just getting into the sport? What would you say to him?
Got to keep it on 2 wheels to be in the race.
Colt wants to train you how to jump. He says, I'm going to teach the older guys how to jump.
Yeah.
But you're right, 2 wheels to stay in the race. So that is awesome. And Kenny, you know how to jump. You guys are going to see clips of Colt jumping and Kenny jumping. How old are you, Kenny?
58.
So Kenny's 58. My wife, Moto Mom Tanya, works with Kenny. So we've been friends with these guys for a long time. It's pretty awesome. And the reason Kenny, I'm going to blame Kenny for this. He is the reason that I bought my 250 SX, because I called Kenny. I texted him, Kenny, are these bikes awesome? And he said, Mitch, you got to get a 2-stroke. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So I did, and
Yep.
the bike is awesome, man. How did you end up doing today, Kenny?
Second.
So he runs 55 plus,
55 plus. Yep.
which is, I tell you what, you would think for 55 plus that sounds like, oh God, that's going to be slow. These guys are old school motocrossers that's been around forever. They're flying. Aren't they,
Yeah.
Moto Mike?
Yeah.
These guys fly. So I'm in this vet beginner, and these guys are just tearing me apart. So hopefully when I'm your age, Kenny, in a few more years, I'll be as good as you.
Keep it on 2 wheels.
Keep it on 2 wheels. I had a great day of racing today, so track was good. It's starting to rain right now, but want to say thank you to everybody for watching Moto Mitch TV. Colt Disner, KTM Kenny. Look for more Riders of the Week coming up soon. So, 2 boys out.
Race number 5.